Welcome to Ethan Chats. We have a guest that's calling in by phone. His name is Mark Egan. He is a professor at Merritt College now teaching cybersecurity, but he's also a SICE, Computer Information Systems Executive. And Mark is a partner at Strata Fusion. Okay, Mark, I'm glad you can call in. Thank you for taking the time to talk with us.
Oh, thanks, Ethan. I really appreciate you giving me the opportunity to talk about Merritt. You know, we're very passionate about the program, and I'm always happy to talk about it.
Yeah, I mean, I am too, and that's one of the reasons why we wanted to have the community get involved in understanding what's actually at Merritt College by doing these talk shows. Can you tell us a little bit about how you got started with the program at Merritt?
Sure. Ethan, as you mentioned earlier, I'm part of a Bay Area CIO group, and that's technology leaders called SICE. And SICE has a charity that we call the SICE Education Fund, and our goal is to raise money to assist less advantaged kids to pursue technology degrees. The SICE group has raised about $800,000 to date for the charity, and 100% of these funds go to the kids. About 3 years ago, we approached Merritt College as far as a potential school for our program, and the school basically said, thank you for the money, but could you help us on curriculum? So what we ended up doing is we came up with this idea of a 2-year Associate of Science degree in information security. So what we ended up doing is we ended up drafting a bunch of Bay Area CIOs, that's Chief Information Officers, and CISOs, Chief Information Security Officers, kind of as our advisory board. And what we did is we came up with 2 job descriptions, and these are entry-level job descriptions for security staff. And then we asked the board, would you hire staff if they had those skills? And they said, yes, absolutely. So based on that, we then backed into the program. So using the top security staff in the Bay Area, we designed this course. So it's a 30-credit, fully accredited course, Associate of Science degree. It includes a internship, so you actually get work experience as part of it, and then you can choose a major. You can choose a major in application security or information security. But that's a kind of an overview of the program, and we've been at it for 3 years. So we're proud to say that we've graduated 2 classes, and we're trying to make an impact on the huge shortage that we have of security staff today, as well as help some less advantaged students.
Yeah, talk to us more about the shortage in security engineering experts.
Even there's a number of numbers that go around, but it's a very, very large number of security staff that there's a gap today. As you probably know, either professionally in a business or personally, that cyber crime is on the rise.
Absolutely.
You can look at the elections, you can look at just banking and so forth. But they're very organized. The bad guys are very organized, and in the industry has not been able to keep up with the demand as far as staffing. So what we're looking for are companies who are progressive and innovative, and we're looking for a different solution, because what we offer at Merritt is a 2-year program, and we look at that almost like a apprenticeship. So it's not a 4-year program, but rather a 2, and it's very focused on security. The classes are all taught by security professionals. They're kind of co-taught, if you will. So we actually co-teach with Merritt, but we have top security staff in the Bay Area involved in the program to make sure that the students get the highest quality program possible.
Absolutely. You were talking about the students and being 3 years in. Can you tell us some of the activities that the students do outside of their regular homework and internships? I mean, I know that they participate in cyber security competitions.
Yeah, absolutely. So the way the program is set up, you actually have 2 credits of lecture. So there'll be a lecture part, and then all of them have labs. So We actually have hands-on labs for the students. And then our students have also been competing in some of the cybersecurity activities, and we're really happy to say that they've placed very high in some of the recent competitions. So we have that going on. What we're also doing is we're actually going to send some of the students. We sent them to some of the security conferences. So we have Black Hat in Las Vegas, and then we have the RSA conference. So what we're trying to do is really encourage the students to get out there, to learn more about the industry, and then to network. One of my good friends, Hunter Mueller at HMG Group, also sponsored one of his events. So he has a CIO event, and we actually had the students there. So just trying to encourage them to get out there, network a little bit, learn more about the industry, and then figure out how they can have an impact. Because I think it's just a key role for all of us. I mean, we need to protect our corporations, our businesses, and so forth from all these threats that are out there.
Absolutely, and I think that's the most important part of this whole conversation, protecting our way of life, because hackers are actually stealing identities and causing tremendous damage to people's personal lives. The other question I wanted to ask you deals with what type of student are you looking for, or is there a specific type of student that should pursue a cybersecurity degree in CIS?
Well, we teach to a high school graduate. So I say if a student is really interested in, it's a little bit more technical. So it's kind of like a computer science, kind of program. Mm-hmm. So if there's a student that, that enjoys computer science, working with computers or programming, I think that would be a good, kind of a good background. Right. Because the security world is kind of broken into two pieces. One is more infrastructure, so you can think about networks and so forth there, protecting the network, and it's hardware oriented. The second is application. So how do you build applications that are secure, that the bad guys can't break into? So right. If students have an interest in that area, that's what we would encourage them to do. These are very high paid roles in terms of industry. So if a student is passionate about this, we would encourage them to look into the program.
Excellent. So you're teaching to a high school level scholar, and all they need to do is have a passion for learning computer software engineering and network engineering, and they get all the best training from people from the industry. So it's not just theory, it's practical knowledge.
Exactly. Yeah, very little theory in the classes because, like I say, these are these are industry professionals, that come from, financial services industry, healthcare, right. High tech, industries, that have a lot of very valuable things to protect, be it intellectual property or money or healthcare records. So, right. So that's the staff that are kind of teaching the program. We also do have some students that are doing a little bit of a career change. So, they're all welcome as well. We'd love to have them in the program. But what we're trying to do here is, like I say, give students an opportunity to get into this high demand, high paid kind of career.
Absolutely. Now, you said students that are switching careers. I'm presuming that means older students that perhaps have already graduated from high school are included in this as well.
Absolutely. Yeah, okay. Yeah. No, we have some portion of our students are doing a career change. So they've been out of school for a few years. We actually have some students who are former military, and we'd love to have them in the program as well. Yeah. I think what they'll do is they'll bring a little bit more experience and maturity to the student population.
Absolutely. Now, I have to ask you about SICE. How many members do you have in SICE, and how long has it been in existence?
SICE has, we've been around for, gosh, at least 10 to 15 years. There's 25 CIOs, so that's like a Chief Information Officer, and then there's 25, it's the next level down. We call it the CIO Development Program. So SICE is, has a long history of giving back to the community. So we actually mentor aspiring CIOs or aspiring technology leaders.
Okay.
So we do that. We have the charity, that we spoke about. We've been involved in multiple books. Many of the SICE members have been involved in the teaching, the program, the design. SICE has donated over $100,000 to date to Merritt for the program.
Right.
So that's, and one of my partners, I do need to mention Jim Cates, but he and I have really teamed up. But Jim's also a former, kind of CIO, but we teamed up on this, and it's been a great effort. And I need to mention Anita Black. She's incredible. She's, from the school as well. But the three of us have really put this program together, and like I say, we're looking for students. We're looking for companies who want to hire our graduates.
Yeah, let's talk about the companies to open up positions for the students, either in internships or for permanent jobs. What type of companies are you looking to create collaborations with for those internships?
So Ethan, what we're looking for is more progressive companies who are more innovative in their approach. So I'll say some of the things that we have observed, and even though there's an enormous shortage of staff today in security, they require a 4-year degree. Mm-hmm. So what we're suggesting is that we need companies who are a little bit more innovative and and can work with us because we're very focused on security, and we're very focused on addressing this. So that's the companies that we're looking for. So we love to partner with anyone in this area, but I know we can solve this security issue, and Merritt's just like an example of what we're doing here in the Bay Area, to kind of address this, and then we also want to work with less advantaged kids because Merritt serves the less advantaged neighborhoods in the East Bay.
Absolutely, and just to make sure that the public that is watching this understands, Merritt College has a 2-year degree program which operates out of the Oakland Unified School District. The primary goal is to teach the students computer information technologies that comprises of computer programming, engineering, as well as cybersecurity in 2 different levels: application, and if I'm not mistaken, Mark, you said systems, right?
Well, we call it infrastructure.
Infrastructure. So all that's required is that they have a passion for learning about computers, understanding how they work, and the rest will be taught to you at Merritt College in the program. And along with this, after your first year, you're eligible for an internship, which the program helps you get based on your skill levels. Is that correct, Mark?
Correct. Yeah. What we do is we then, after your first year, you're eligible for an internship, and it is something that you need to do to graduate. But we absolutely work with you, to get that. And then I guess the only other thing I would mention, there's at least 50 people have been involved in the program. Across many industries, either guest lecture, developing the courses, teaching the courses, and so forth. So it's been an enormous group effort. But we're here to help the kids, and we just want to give them the best training possible, and then we want to make sure that they get jobs when they're out of the program. Because my goal is I'm not done till they get jobs.
Absolutely.
We get them through the program, but we're not done till they get a job.
Absolutely. That's the bottom line. They need to have a living wage paying job so that they can then be able to sustain themselves and enjoy life, and then possibly give back by supporting the program, referring others to it.
Yeah, exactly. My goal is I want to have my students come back and guest lecture, so that they've achieved, like the senior most position in security is called a CISO, Chief Information Security Officer. So what I view is I view that we're really kind of that, I'll use that farm club, if you will, for our future CISOs. So that's really the goal.
All right.
Is to have Oakland as our farm club.
All right. Well, hey, Oakland, please take advantage of this wonderful program at Merritt College. It's a CIS with the emphasis in cybersecurity degree. With after your first year, place you in an internship so that you get paid and on-the-job training. And the training that you get in the program is not just theory. In fact, it's more practical knowledge than it is theory. It's actual CISOs teaching the classes, understanding the actual attacks, cybersecurity attacks that are happening today. Not that stuff that's been documented in books 10 years ago, but today. And Mark, I really appreciate you being able to call in. I look forward to having you in the studio so we can follow up with this and see how much progress we've made. And I enjoy working with Merritt. Our, community is much better off with people like yourself and Jim Cates and Anita Black and all of the staff at Merritt who have put together this wonderful program. And what we need to do is make sure that the community knows about it and that the children, the student scholars, take advantage of it.
Absolutely. Yeah. So my kind of shout out to the students there is that it's a great program. If you want to learn about cybersecurity, if you want to get into a high-paying role, if you want to, just really help protect, America, if you will. I mean, this is a great program for you, and we'd love to have you in the program.
All right. Well, listen, Mark, thanks for calling in. And next time we want you here in person.
Okay. Yeah, that's a deal. Okay.
All right. Thank you, sir.
Okay.
All right. Bye-bye.